This is the main activity layout, which acts as the splash screen of the app. The layout uses a relative layout with vertical orientation to stack the UI elements from top to bottom. At the top, we have an image view that displays the app's logo or icon. This gives the app a branded and professional appearance right from the start. The splash screen also sets a timer using a handler in Java, which waits for a few seconds and then automatically opens the quiz activity. This creates a smooth and engaging entry point for users before they start the quiz. Next, let's look at the drawable folder. The drawable directory in Android Studio is used to store all the graphical resources like images and shapes. In this project, we've added a background image file. Now let's take a look at the main activity, Java file, which acts as the splash screen for the app. This activity is the first screen users see when the app launches. It usually displays the app's logo or welcome message. Inside the onCreate method, we set the content view to a splash screen layout. Then, we use a handler or a timer to introduce a delay, typically 2 to 3 seconds, before transitioning to the quiz screen. After the delay, we use an intent to start the quiz activity, which begins the actual quiz functionality, and we call finish to close the splash screen. This is the activity_quizActivity.xml layout file, which defines the user interface for the quiz screen. At the top, we have a text view used to display the question. Below it, there is a radio group containing 4 radio buttons, each representing an answer option, A, B, C, and D. Lastly, there's a submit button that the user clicks after selecting an answer. The layout uses a vertical orientation and includes padding to make the UI cleaner and easier to read. Now moving to quiz activity. Java, the core logic of the quiz app is written here. First, the app connects to a local SQLite database using a helper class to retrieve all questions. Each question is loaded using a cursor and displayed in the text view, while the options are set to the corresponding radio buttons. When the user clicks the submit button, the app checks which radio button is selected. Based on the selected ID, it maps the answer to option A, B, C, or D. Then, it compares the selected answer with the correct one stored in the database. If they match, the score is incremented. A toast is shown to indicate whether the answer was correct or not. After answering all the questions, the app moves to the results screen using an intent, passing the score and total number of questions. The quiz database helper. Java class handles all database operations. It creates a local SQLite database and defines the schema for the quiz table, including columns for the question text, 4 options, and the correct answer. The onCreate method sets up the table and inserts hard-coded questions using SQL statements. There's also a method called getAllQuestions that returns a cursor pointing to all questions, which is used in the quiz activity to load them one by one. This is the layout file for the results screen, named activity_result.xml. It contains a text view that displays the final score to the user. Additionally, it shows a remark such as excellent, good job, or try again, based on the user's score. Optionally, you can include emojis or images in the layout to make the feedback more interactive and visually appealing. Finally, in the result activity, Java file, we retrieve the score and total question count from the intent extras. Based on the score percentage, we determine a suitable remark. For example, if the user scores above 80%, the remark might be excellent. The results screen updates the UI with the score, remark, and emoji accordingly. This provides the user with final feedback and completes the quiz experience. Now let's run the app on the Android emulator. As the app launches, it opens with a splash screen. After a few seconds, the app automatically transitions to the quiz activity, where the main functionality begins. Here, we can see the first quiz question displayed, along with 4 options labeled A, B, C, and D. These are dynamically loaded from the SQLite database using the quiz database helper class. The user selects an option by tapping a radio button, then clicks the Submit Answer button. A toast message appears, showing whether the answer was correct or incorrect. The app then loads the next question, continuing until all questions are answered. Once the final question is submitted, the app navigates to the result activity. This screen displays the final score.